Before we get this show started, I need to make sure that every single one of us in here, we're on the same wavelength when it comes to your career, your future, and what you want to do. And the way we're going to do that, I need everybody to stand up. I'm going to ask a series of questions, very simple questions. They're either going to require an I do or an I do not. How many of you in here want to be amongst the greatest in your sector, at your craft? How many of you in here want to be phenomenal? You want to be the best. You want to be the greatest. That's that energy right there that I'm looking for. And just like that, just like you have that same energy, when I was here at Bowie State University, I shared that same energy. I wanted to be the best within my field. I wanted to be the best within my major. My mentors knew my goal. They knew. They said, Toby, you want to graduate as a scholar? Well, make sure you go ahead and join a few campus organizations. I said, all right, Doc. I became the president of 2 organizations at the same time. They said, you want to make sure you graduate as a scholar? Make sure you're doing internships while you're here at Bowie State. I said, copy that. I did 2 or 3 internships after he told me that, after my mentor told me that. He said, Toby, you want to make sure you graduate as a scholar? You graduate with at least a 3.0 GPA. A 3.0? I got a 3.25, Doc. I graduated with a 3.75 GPA. But give me one reason why a student does all of these things, walks across the stage, does their dance across the stage, grabs their degree, and ends up being underemployed. Better yet, is making $10.50 an hour after graduating as a scholar. One reason why. One reason. And it was my mentor who brought it to my attention. You see, students, including myself, we had a plan to get our degrees. We had an effective plan, a thorough plan to get that degree. But we never had a plan to actually use it once we got it. When my mentor, who's actually sitting here right now, Dr. Money, I call him Dr. Money, I'm sorry, Dr. Charles Adams, he brought it to my attention. Sensei. He brought it to my attention. He said, Toby, you had a plan to graduate. You did that. But you got your degree and you felt as if that was it. As if somebody was going to give you the rest. And I'm sitting in his office, like, Doc, you always got a point. But this time, I'm clueless. Like, what's next? Leave it to Dr. Money. He helped me come up with a plan right then and there. We came up with a plan that was so thorough, it was built to handle failure. Think about it. Built to handle failure. And to make things even more fun, I took that plan and I turned it into a game. I turned it into a game that I want to give you all today because it works. I was 22 years old when I graduated from Bowie State University. I was 22 when I walked across the stage as a scholar. I was 22 when I was making $10.50 an hour. And I was 22 when Dr. Money helped me come up with a plan and I turned it into a game. 2 years later, at 24, I made my first 6-figure salary. Playing that game over and over and over. Not just me, my colleagues and my mentees all around the nation. But if you paid attention, I can't give you the game without a plan. And the plan is really simple. It's just comprised of 4 major components. Your what, your why, your how, and your when. What do you want to do? What do you want to do with your degree? What? Do you want to be a real estate agent? Do you want to be a lawyer, a doctor, an athlete? What do you want to do? You have to figure that out first, and it has to be for you and you only. It cannot be for anybody else. Because what's going to happen is when you're in pursuit of that goal that's for somebody else and you're winning, you both will be winning. But when you lose, you will lose. They won't lose. You will lose because it was never for you. Once you have what, the next step is why. Why do you want this goal? What about it keeps you up late at night? What about it wakes you up so early in the morning? What about it just drives you so crazy? It's imperative that we know why, because when that hurdle gets in your way, not if, but when that hurdle gets in your way, It's going to be your whys that get you over that hurdle and the next hurdle and the next. When you fall down, it's your whys that are going to bring you back up. Once you have your what and your whys written down, next is the how. Ironically enough, people believe this is the most hardest part, but it's not. Your how can be answered by two simple questions. One, what do you need to learn? What do you need to learn to accomplish your goal? Two, how do you learn it? If you don't know, ask somebody. I went to Dr. Money. If Dr. Money didn't know, if he didn't know, it's 2019, go to Google. If you're a visual learner, go to YouTube. Once you have the how, now comes the hardest part, is when. This is the action. When do you plan on doing what you want? When do you plan on doing your house to get what you want for why you want it? It's as simple as putting together a schedule like your class schedule that you have now. If your goal is to become a security analyst, on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, you need to be studying for your Security Plus. On Tuesdays and Thursdays, study security fundamentals. If you want to turn up, turn up. But work hard first so you can play harder. Once you have that plan, you have your what, you have your why, you know how, and you know when. Now it's time to have some fun and plug it into the game. The game is called 100 points. Whatever your goal is, it's now equivalent to being 100 points. So if your goal is to become a nurse, it's now 100 points. If your goal is to become a graphical designer, it's now 100 points. And you have 110 days. 110 days to score 100 points. So from day 1 to 110, let's say day 1 is Monday. On Monday, if you decide to study for your Security Plus, your goal is to become a security analyst. That's your 100 points. If you decide to study for that and turn up later that night, you get your point for the day. On Tuesdays, if you just decide to watch some Netflix and don't put in any work, you don't get a point for that day. Nothing gets handed to us. Just because you graduate with a degree doesn't mean you get anything. There's still a lot more work to be done. A lot. It's not difficult, but there's work to be done. To get what you want, you said you wanted to be the best. On day 110, we will have at least 101 points. And I don't know about you, but I don't know anybody who plays a game to lose. So if everybody's trying to score 100 points, that means this has become the standard. And if you're trying to be the best, we don't want to be anywhere remotely close to being amongst the standard. The best way to get a return on all of your investments and all of your sacrifices at Bowie State University, wherever you're doing your collegiate career at, is by striving for excellence. Because it's only the best who get paid how much they want for what they do. Only the best. Now, with that being said, I'm going to give you access to the game. If you follow me on Instagram at IamTobyOwolabi, after you follow me, there's a link in my bio. The link goes to my website. That's the first click. The second click, at the top of that website, there's a button called 100 points. It's going to take you to the game. Once you get to the game, it's going to ask you for one or two things. Either a PayPal account to subscribe or a promo code. I'm going to give you out a promo code. Don't worry about it. Just let me know when you're ready for it. Or actually, it's simple enough. The promo code is 100 points with an S. The game is going to be unique for each and every one of you. You set up your account, and you start your progress to your 100 points, to your career, to your future. And I know it's a lot easier said than done. Some of us probably don't have a plan. That's okay. Some of us probably don't know what we want to do. That's okay. What's not okay is knowing and not doing anything about it. If you don't know what you want to do, if you don't know how to make your plan, send me a message, and I'll do what Dr. Money did for me. We'll work it out. We'll figure it out. We'll do it together. You don't have to do this by yourself. Nobody does. Nobody great has. It's time to actually put our foot, I was going to say something else. It's time to actually put our money where our mouth is, all right?
Just say it.
It's too late. It's too late. It went that way. But I want to thank you guys for having me. I want to thank you for this program. This program is very beautiful. I wish we had it when I was here. I know a lot of colleagues who, I graduated 2013, who spent more than enough time than they should have here, and this is an amazing program. This is amazing. And can we all just give a round of applause for the program and for everybody who put this together? Thank you very much, and thank you for having me. Let's go be great, y'all. Let's go.